People, Big World's Matt Roloff sell the farm? Updates on Roloff Farms amid 3RD sale. Hello viewers, I am Alana. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Roloff Farms, a 100-acre property just outside of Portland, Oregon, became a staple of LPBW when the show premiered in 2006. The land was more than just a backdrop, it was a symbol of the family's unity, ambition, and dreams. Over the years, the farm hosted pumpkin season festivals, family weddings, and the show's most heartfelt moments. Matt Roloff and his then-wife, Amy Roloff, poured years of labor into the farm, raising their children Zach, Jeremy, Molly, and Jacob amongst its pumpkin patches, barn structures, and quirky attractions like the pirate ship in Western Town. For many longtime fans, Roloff Farms is not just a location, it's a character in its own right. The emotional ties to Roloff Farms became more complex after Matt and Amy Roloff's divorce in 2016. While the couple had lived in separate structures on the property for years, their split made it clear that changes were inevitable. Amy ultimately sold her portion of the farm to Matt in 2019. Although it was a difficult and emotional decision, Amy opted to move off the property entirely, purchasing a new home nearby with her then-boyfriend, now husband, Marek. Fans watched as Amy packed up decades of memories and left behind the farm she helped build. Following the transaction, Matt became the sole owner of Roloff Farms, but that didn't mean everything was settled. The next phase brought even more upheaval and disappointment for fans and family alike. In May 2022, Matt announced that he was officially putting a portion of Roloff Farms on the market. The decision sent shockwaves through the LPBW community, especially when it was revealed that the 16-acre parcel included the main house that viewers had come to recognize over the years. The asking price? A hefty $4 million. Many fans assumed one of Matt's sons, particularly Jeremy or Zach, would eventually take over the farm. But both sons later revealed that negotiations with their father had broken down. On the show and on social media, Zach in particular expressed his frustration with how the talks went, suggesting that Matt had unrealistic expectations or was unwilling to make a fair deal. Matt, for his part, defended his actions, citing financial considerations and the difficulty of balancing family dynamics with business decisions. He later clarified on Instagram that he had offered the boys a great deal but that it didn't work out. Still, fans were left with the impression that family ties were strained, and the decision to list the farm felt like the end of an era. Despite widespread publicity and interest, the initial 2022 sale of Roloff Farms didn't result in a buyer. The market was competitive, and while many people were intrigued by the property's TV legacy, the $4 million price tag proved a tough sell. Some real estate analysts pointed out that the farm's fame might have actually worked against it. With high expectations attached to the Roloff name and the desire to preserve the land's authenticity, it became clear that not just anyone would be a good fit for the purchase. Eventually, Matt pulled the listing off the market and pivoted toward a new plan, turning the home into a short-term rental. Instead of selling outright, Matt decided to list the main farmhouse as a rental on sites like Airbnb and VRBO. Fans and curious travelers could now spend a night or weekend on the same grounds they'd seen on TV for years. The decision was a clever business move. It allowed Matt to monetize the property without letting go of it permanently and gave fans a more personal way to connect with the show's legacy. The Roloff Farms vacation rental includes access to many of the iconic features seen on Little People, Big World, including the castle, Western Town, and scenic trails. With the farm's popularity during pumpkin season and the show's loyal fan base, demand for the rental soared. In late 2024, rumors began circulating that Matt was once again considering selling a portion of Roloff Farms. By early 2025, those rumors were confirmed. A new 16-acre plot including the main house was relisted at a reduced price. This time, the asking price was reported at $3.4 million, a noticeable drop from the original 2022 listing. Matt explained that he was finally ready to let go of the emotional baggage associated with that part of the property. He also hinted that his long-term plans with fiancée Karen Chandler did not include managing the farm forever. The couple recently moved into a new home that Matt built on a different part of the farm, signifying a shift in priorities. "I've loved this land for decades, but it's time for someone else to create memories here," Matt reportedly told close sources. As of June 2025, the latest sale is still in progress. No official buyer has been announced, though several interested parties have reportedly toured the property. The fact that the price has been reduced and the market conditions have stabilized somewhat means that a sale is more likely now than ever before. However, Matt is proceeding cautiously. He has reportedly emphasized that he wants the new owners to respect the farm's history and possibly maintain some of its public appeal. In an Instagram update posted in May 2025, he reassured fans that the farm's beloved fall tradition isn't going anywhere yet. Pumpkin season 2025 is still a go. "We love seeing families return year after year. It's a tradition we cherish," Matt wrote. Still, there are whispers that this might be one of the final years the festival operates in its current form. With the possibility of new ownership and changing dynamics, the Roloff family's involvement in future festivals remains uncertain. The sale of the farm opened rifts in the Roloff family that have yet to fully heal. Zach Roloff and Jeremy Roloff have both made it clear they were disappointed in how things turned out. Zach has since moved to Washington with his wife, Tori, and their 3 children. He's been noticeably distant from the farm in recent seasons, though he still occasionally returns for special events. Jeremy, meanwhile, bought his own property nearby and has launched various entrepreneurial ventures, including farm-related projects of his own. He, too, seemed hurt by the fallout but has focused on building something independent of his father's legacy. Jacob Roloff, the youngest of the Roloff siblings, remains the most involved with the farm. Though he once distanced himself from the show entirely, he and his wife Isabel have been living on a portion of the farm and helping with its operations. Many fans view Jacob as the unofficial heir to Roloff Farms even if he has no ownership stake. As the third sale looms, Little People, Big World fans are mourning what they see as the slow dissolution of the Roloff farm legacy. Online forums, Reddit threads, and Instagram comments are filled with nostalgic reflections and emotional reactions. "It just won't be the same without the farm," one fan wrote. "That land was the heart of the show." Others sympathize with Matt's position, acknowledging that he has carried the burden of the farm's upkeep for decades. "He's done his part," another commenter said. "Time to pass the torch." Still, for many viewers, the show without the farm feels incomplete. Whether or not Matt finds a buyer this time, there's no denying that the soul of LPBW is forever tied to those 100 acres in Hillsborough. At 63, Matt Roloff is looking toward retirement or at least a slower pace. He and Karen Chandler are focused on their future together in their new home on the remaining part of the property. Their engagement, travel plans, and possible wedding have all taken priority over maintaining the larger farm infrastructure. Matt has hinted that he'll stay involved in pumpkin season as long as it remains manageable, but the writing is on the wall. The farm's era under his ownership is coming to an end. In a recent Instagram Q&A, Matt said, "I'm proud of what we built. But it's time for something new, not just for me, but for the land." So, has Matt Roloff sold Roloff Farms? Not yet, not fully. But the winds of change are strong. With the third sale underway, the property's legacy is on the cusp of another chapter. Whether it remains in the public eye, becomes a private residence, or evolves into something entirely new, Roloff Farms has already cemented its place in reality TV history. As Little People, Big World continues to air, for now, fans are holding on to the memories that made the show special, many of which were born right there in the fields, barns, and pumpkin patches of Roloff Farms. Little People, Big World's Matt Roloff selling family's famous farm, a launchpad for big dreams exclusive. For nearly 2 decades, Roloff Farms has been more than just a picturesque piece of land in Hillsborough, Oregon. It has been a symbol of family, perseverance, and the heart of the long-running TLC series Little People, Big World. Now, in a surprising yet bittersweet turn of events, Matt Roloff, patriarch of the Roloff family, is officially selling the iconic family farm. As he steps into the next chapter of his life, Matt is reflecting on the memories, the challenges, and what the future holds for both him and the land that raised his children. Matt Roloff purchased Roloff Farms in 1990, long before Little People, Big World became a household name. What started as a fixer-upper farmhouse on 34 acres blossomed into a sprawling wonderland complete with pirate ships, a western town, pumpkin patches, and even a medieval castle, all handcrafted by Matt's own design and vision. Over the years, Roloff Farms became a local attraction, drawing thousands during the annual pumpkin season. It was also the filming location for Little People, Big World, the TLC reality series that debuted in 2006 and documented the lives of Matt, his then-wife Amy, and their 4 children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob. The show became one of the longest-running family reality TV programs, and the farm was its central character. Matt's decision to sell part of the family farm wasn't sudden. It's been years in the making. After his divorce from Amy in 2016, the property was divided, and Amy sold her portion to Matt. Fans expected one of the Roloff children to take over eventually, but those hopes slowly faded. In 2022, Matt listed a portion of the farm, about 16 acres including the main house, for $4 million. It shocked fans and caused visible tension within the family. Zach, in particular, expressed disappointment over failed negotiations to buy the property. Now, in 2025, Matt is making it official. He's selling off another section of the farm. In an exclusive interview, he explains, "Roloff Farms has always been a launchpad for my kids' dreams, for our family's growth, and for the community. But it's time for a new chapter. Holding on to all this land no longer makes sense." Despite the bittersweet nature of the sale, Matt remains proud of what he built. "This place was a labor of love. Every board, every screw, every pumpkin patch was built for a reason," he said. "I wanted to create a place where my kids could run free, where we could imagine big and build bigger." The farm became a place of milestones: first birthdays, family reunions, Halloween haunts, and even weddings. For Matt, these memories are priceless, but he's ready to create new ones elsewhere. "There's this idea that letting go means giving up, but I think of it differently," he said. "Letting go of the farm is me making space for something new." The farm has long been a point of contention among the Roloff family. While Jeremy once expressed interest in owning it, and Zach tried negotiating a deal, nothing came to fruition. Matt's decision to list the farm on the public market instead of passing it down sparked controversy. Zach and Matt's strained relationship became a central storyline in recent seasons. In an emotional episode, Zach remarked, "It's not just a piece of land, it's our childhood. And now it feels like we're being cut out." Amy, for her part, has moved on with her husband Marek. Although she sold her share, she admitted in interviews that she was disappointed with how things played out, particularly with her sons not having the opportunity to inherit the property. Matt, however, stands by his decision. "It's easy to criticize when you're not the one maintaining acres of land, fixing fences, managing bookings, and working every season," he said. "I made the best choice for my health, happiness, and future." According to real estate insiders, the latest portion of Roloff Farms for sale includes several buildings, farmland, and the recognizable pumpkin patch fields. Matt hopes that whoever buys it will preserve its magic. "I'm not just selling to the highest bidder," he revealed. "I want someone who understands what this place means not just to me, but to thousands of fans and families who visited over the years." There's also a possibility that part of the land will be developed into short-term rentals, a plan Matt previously hinted at. "People always say they want to stay here, to walk the same paths they saw on TV. Why not make that dream a reality?" While Matt is letting go of the farm, he's embracing a new adventure with fiancée Karen Chandler. The couple is reportedly building a home in Arizona, where they plan to spend more time. Karen and I are looking forward to sunshine, relaxation, and a slower pace, Matt said. I'll always love Oregon, but I've been on the grind for 30 years. It's time to enjoy life. Karen echoed the sentiment in a social media post. So many beautiful memories on the farm, but I'm excited for what comes next: travel, new experiences, and being closer to family. While the official statements from the Roloff children remain limited, fans have noticed clues online. Jeremy and Audrey Roloff, who now run a homestead-focused lifestyle brand, expressed mixed feelings in the past. Zach and Tori, who live in Washington with their 3 children, have remained relatively quiet on the current sale but previously made their disappointment public on the show. Jacob, the youngest Roloff sibling, has shown some support for his father in recent years. He and his wife Isabel lived on the farm for a time and helped during pumpkin season. Molly, the most private of the Roloff children, has not commented publicly. The sale of Roloff Farms marks the end of a major chapter not just for the Roloff family, but for little people, big world fans around the world. For many, the farm was a symbol of what the